Welcome to Ruger Tech Tips. I'm Brandon Trevino, and today we're going to talk about how to maintain the magazine for your Ruger-57 pistol. Now, a magazine is one of the most important and sometimes neglected mechanisms in the firearm, but this needs to work properly in order to make sure that your firearm is feeding. First thing we're going to do is give this magazine a quick inspection. We're going to look for any rust or any dents on the outside. We're going to make sure the feed lips are straight and smooth, that there's no cracks or chips from having been dropped. We want to make sure that this follower moves freely. If it doesn't, that's why we're cleaning it. The one thing I want to point out on the feed lips, though, is we do have these two little dimples here on each side, and that is intentional. Those are there to hold the rim of the casing in place. I am wearing safety glasses because there's a strong spring in here, and just using this chamber flag, I'm going to press down on the button that's in the middle of this floor plate and begin to kind of slide it forward. Now, keeping control of it so that spring doesn't fly out, I'm going to slide this floor plate off, and now my finger is holding in the spring. There's a spring guide here that's kind of a retainer. I'm going to pull this spring out, keep it in the right orientation, and the follower will also come out. I can knock that out. And all I'm going to do is kind of wipe these components down. I can use a rag with just a little bit of oil or solvent. But the important thing when working with a magazine is not to use too much oil. You don't want oil residue or buildup in there. That's actually going to cause more problems because that will attract dirt and it can have a negative effect on your ammunition as well. So I'm cleaning the outside. I'm also going to just have a little bit of oil on this rag. I can put that kind of through the tube as well. Kind of use this brush to clean it out in there. Make sure that I've kind of gotten everything out that I can get out. That came out nice and clean. It looks nice and clean. We're ready to reassemble. We don't have too much oil in there. So, keeping the follower in the correct orientation and the magazine spring, we're just going to feed these in. Okay, and with the floor plate in one hand, I'm going to compress this spring, hold it in place with my finger, and slide the floor plate back on to retain it. I get a little snap when that button goes back into the floor plate. My magazine is clean. It's got a light coat of oil with no excess oil in there. The follower moves freely, and we have successfully cleaned our magazine. Our magazine is clean and ready for use. So thank you for watching Ruger Tech Tips. This is the Ruger-57 magazine.